Hey Lesbian Central, happy Sunday. We have 2 topics this week and I need to go fast because I want to touch on both of them actually. They're both really interesting to me. So the first one is moving fast in a relationship always a bad thing? My answer to that is I don't think so, honestly. I think if you are both mature about the situation and you both handle it like adults, I don't think moving fast is always bad. If you enter a relationship, and don't take the time to learn everything about each other and just jump right in and just maybe focus more on the physical aspect of things and then 2 weeks later want to move in together, yeah, you're going to have some issues. But if you're entering the relationship and you guys have that instant connection and you spend a lot of time talking and finding things out about each other and you guys just happen to have a lot of common and you get along really well and things progress quickly because of that, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. People that purposely hold off or hide their feelings just for the sake of doing it or just because they feel like that's what they're supposed to do, I feel like that's just silly. Life is too short to do that. You know, every relationship is different. No one can say how a relationship is supposed to be or not supposed to be. So if you feel like things are right, if you're being honest and open with the person that you're seeing and you guys are, you know, taking the time to communicate properly and learn about each other, I don't think anyone can really say what is too fast and too slow. So that's my opinion on that subject. The second topic is queer bouncing. I don't know if a lot of people have actually heard that term there. So queer bouncing is basically during the coming out process or right after the coming out process. I'm sure we've all experienced this. You feel a little confused. You have that moment of like, well shit, I'm gay now, so what does that mean? Like, how am I supposed to be now? What does it mean to be gay? What are gay people like? How are gay people supposed to act, dress, eat, wear their hair, walk? And so queer bouncing is that process of figuring out yourself after figuring out you're gay. So queer bouncing can be okay because it's figuring out who you are. But queer bouncing can also be a negative thing if taken to the extreme. So I've had also friends who are queer bouncing by experimenting with drugs heavily, by drinking heavily, by, oh, iPhone, texty, going out and partying, going to clubs, sleeping around. And in that circumstance, queer bouncing, like doing all of those things that you see in the media, people portray gay people as these like promiscuous, crazy, party, glitter-wearing, rainbow people like that, then I don't think that style of queer bouncing is okay. So that's something to definitely be aware of in those around you and your friends. If you know people that are going through the coming out process, be sensitive to that. If you see people going through that, understand that it's a normal thing. Like they're figuring things out. They're discovering this like new freedom about them, and they're gay, and there's gay clubs, and there's this and that, and this crazy new things. But I think that some people feel like they need to change everything about themselves once they come out, but the thing is, just because you come out as gay doesn't mean you have to change yourself. You can be just the same person as you always were, and nobody's going to care. No one's going to expect you to do all of those things or change anything. So be just who you are. Be whatever makes you happy. If you want to change, go for it, but you don't have to. You don't have to do anything differently. I'm perfectly fine the way I am, and that's why I didn't change. So if you have any stories either way for relationships that either were successful or failed because they moved too quickly, I'd like to hear about those, so you can leave those in the comments below. Or I'd like to hear about your coming out experience. So if you went through queer bouncing, so if you like came out and chopped your hair off and did all this crazy stuff, I'd like to know about, because I didn't do that. I felt no need to, really. I was kind of fine with who I was. But I know a lot of people that did, and so I always think it's interesting to hear about, you know, how everyone handled their coming out. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Submit some topic ideas for us, because we haven't had any in a while, and I'd like to hear some new and interesting ones. And I'm real sunburned this week. It hurts. Anyways, see you guys next Sunday. Bye.